I am sure you are excited already, so let's get it started.
Okay, so hello guys, you're welcome to this wonderful video. It's been a while, and I hope you guys have been doing really great. And during my work time, I encountered something, and this video is for those who still use Moho 12 and have not yet upgraded to Moho 13 point whatever. And during work time, I had encountered a number of issues, and I want to share with you how I have been able to solve those issues and make things really work for creating really fast and quick animation, most especially for those who are really new to using Moho Studio. Let's get it started. What you see here is a picture and not an animation. You could see it's just an image, all right? And there is no way I could, make him move without it not looking a bit warped or funny. So basically, sometimes I have taught this before, but I really want to show you this again so that you have a much more better idea in creating such type of animation. You may want to make this guy blink and have the eyebrows move, and maybe have the mouth just move a little bit, and maybe have the hands just move a little bit also. You can do this in very quick, fast and easy way. The same process, but a different method of creating it. So stick with me here if this has been an issue for you, because you may have your own personal picture and want to make the eye blink and make the mouth move a little bit, or just make the eyebrows move a bit. You could do that. So how do you do this? Real quickly, the first thing you need to do is you duplicate this layer and have one at the bottom. Then you work on the first one, and you could name it whatever you want by double clicking on it and changing the name here, but for this video I'll just leave it at that name as 2. Then the next thing for you to do is you can come in here. If you want, you could remove the background. Like if I should turn off the bottom one, you could see right here I'm able to remove the background using this remove tool for images here. But one thing with the remove tool, most of the time, depending on the image, if we don't have a seamless background, it's not smooth. It doesn't remove smooth. But because of this image is an illustration, so the background is seamless, and that is why you see, at least to an extent, if I render this out, we have a smooth remover. Alright, so with that being said, the next thing we'll do right here is, because when you want to warp a layer, we still have this box you see right here. Even if we have removed it, it's not a full vector image. It's still a PNG image, and it's still affected by this layer here. So when warping, it will still affect the character itself. But what you need to do is create a new layer. I will call that mesh or whatever you may like. The next thing you would want to do is go to your draw shape tool, pick a circle, and just quickly draw a circle around the whole layer. If you want to mesh the whole layer, instead of wasting so much time trying to draw around the layer, which might take a whole lot of your time, right? You just come here, pick a circle like I did here, draw a mesh around the whole layer. And the next thing you will do is quickly go to your script right here, go to draw here, and go to split curve, and split the curve into, let's say, 6. So you can see we have more dotted points on this layer. Then the next thing for you to do is just quickly, very fast, turn off the mesh. Yeah, then just draw, pick your add point tool, draw just quick lines around the shape here where you might want your character to move, and you don't want the whole body. You don't want to move one part and the whole body starts moving, right? So for the head, what you need to do is just draw another circle separate for the head. So all I need to do is, I don't really need to make all the parts, all I just need to do is do something like this. I'm trying to be as fast as possible, so you could adjust the points as you want. All right, then for the head, all you just need to do is draw another circle. This is me working as fast. This is something that will take you a whole lot of time to do, but doing this will make your life much more easier. Then you go back to script, you go to draw, then you split curve. Then you split the curve. Then for the face, you draw the eyebrows like this, so that you'll be able to control it with animation. Then you draw it like this for the eyes. Make sure you don't join the points together, just the point is okay, like this. Then you do for the nose also, so that while moving the eyes, you'll be able to, just move it. Then you do for the bears, then you do for the mouth if you want to close the mouth, then you do for the bottom mouth, and like this, you are done. You see how fast it is, right? You are done. This you could do easily with Moho 13. So you just do for the hair also, so that the hair doesn't move while you are trying to move other parts of the face. You could take your time to adjust and make it more perfect. Okay, then you could go ahead and do for the jaw also, just some points here. Ctrl Z to undo that. Just make some points here, that's all. And for here also, you make some simple point, and you are done. And this has happened in a space of a couple of less than a minute. So if you want, you could adjust this, but you could just leave it like that, and you just quickly go to your draw tool and click triangulate mesh. So you could see the triangulate mesh has triangulated everything you have here. All right, then what you need to do is just go into that character image, then go to image itself, then come down here to smart warp layer, then you click this, then you will see the mesh. That is why it's good you name the vector layer properly. Then you click on mesh and you hit apply and OK. And after that is done, you can now go ahead and animate your character. So when you move to frame 1, then you move to your mesh. You could see if you pick a point, let's say we pick the eyebrows for example, this point where the eyebrow is, you could move the eyebrow. So you could see, you could start animating properly. Then also, if we move the eyebrow like this, if you notice this ear is moving. The reason it's moving is because there is no point here stopping it from moving. You could quickly go back to your mesh, pick your point tool, all right, and add some points by the side here, like this. We could zoom in, add some points here like this. So the ear is a standalone. Whenever you add a point, it tells the computer that that part is a standalone part. All right, you could add some points here also. So you could go back to your draw and triangulate to the mesh. So you could see it adds those points there. So when you go back to frame here, you could see it's not stretching as much. Though we could delete this and make a re-stretch of that character. So we just stretch only the eyebrows and not the part of the ear together. So we stretch this so you could see the ear is no more moving as at before. You get my point, all right? So now when you have this, you could go ahead and create eye blink, mouse movement, and eyebrow movement, and also head movement. We could move this head right now. If we highlight all this point around the head like this, and how am I highlighting it? I'm taking my select point tool, holding control, and I'm drawing around the point. So you could see I can move the head like this. Now, as I'm moving the head like this with this body, the reason you could see the hand moving is because I don't have points around those hands and this neck part. So I could go back here, right, and add points to this hand like this. I'll zoom in properly and add points to it. So you could see you could make a live image more lively. So from a still image, we want to make it more lively. Now, as I'm drawing the points with the hand like this, I could just go ahead and pick a circle here and just draw it within this hand like this, and draw this within this hand like this, so that I have it on just that hand. And like what we did, I'll come here. The reason we are coming to script to add more points is so that we'll have more points to play around with. So I make that, I put that more point here, then I select this also. I go to script, I split curve, and I add more points here. All right, and for the neck, I will just draw, let me zoom in here and draw in some points here so that I stop the neck from moving while the head is moving also. And I can add more points here. So if you understand how to add these points, you'll be in full control of where moves and where doesn't move. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. So what I will do now is go back into my draw tools and triangulate 2D mesh. So now you can see I've added more points here. That means the head could move separately from the other parts of the body. So I'll go ahead, let me reset that real quickly. So I'll go ahead here and hold Control using my select point tool, select just the head part like this. And if you notice, you can see me, I'll have to go to frame 1. Then if you notice, I'm moving the head. If you notice, the arms, the hands are no more moving. So I can move the head and do whatever I want to do. So using this now, you could add bones to this character and create an eye blink, create a mouth movement, and whatever movement you have. So I'll quickly add bones just to show you how this works in case this is your first time. But if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, check out the description, get the course, and learn something new for yourself, because I'm trying to make sure that those who are really interested in animation have the opportunity to learn really great animation in the easiest and simplest way possible. If this is helpful to you, subscribe to the channel and also share to a friend who is also interested like you. Okay, let's go. I'll quickly add a bone here. So what I would need to do is put all the layers in a group layer like this. I select them and put it in a group layer. Then I convert to bone by left clicking and converting to a bone layer. Then when we have that, all I need to do is just come in here and add a bone. Let's say, for example, this bone will come to the top here and call it blink. And we have our blink there. Then we'll come to this point, we'll pick our bone strength tool and reduce the bone strength, and we'll come to our bone select tool and go to bone constraint and add our angle constraint. So we have this line here, then we'll close. Then we'll go to our action right here. You see our action, then we'll click it. In case yours don't have the action here, because I brought mine here, you could go to your Windows and you pick your action tool, or you hit Ctrl K on your keyboard and your action tab will pop up. Then you come to this tab under the action tab. You would see the action name that you have put there. You click it, make sure your bone is selected anyways. Then you move a couple of frames forward. It could be between 448 and 72, whichever you want. And you take your bone manipulate tool, which is a transform bone tool. Then you bring it down because we are trying to make the eye close. Then you go back into your mesh. Then you come down here. Then you pick the point here using your transform tool. And then you just make the guy to blink. And the reason why you are seeing this eyebrows moving also with the blink, it is simple. It is because there are not enough points to tell the computer not to move this point. And if this is not what we want to work with for the blink, because when the character is blinking, we don't really want the eye to move at the same time. And you should notice that these points here are not enough to make the eye blink properly. All you could do is just go back to your main character, which is the main folder here, and double click on the main line and bring everything back as normal. Then you go back to your mesh, and what you need to do is add a different point under these eyebrows, so that when you're trying to blink, it doesn't pull the eyebrow itself down to the eye. So what we'll do, we'll zoom in a little bit and just add a couple of points here like this under the eyebrow. And you could do this, is the same thing if you are dealing with a real life picture. If you don't understand what I am doing and you want me to do it with a real life picture, comment below and say do it with a real life picture, let's see, and I will do that for you as quickly as possible. So we have this right now. I'm trying to be as fast as possible because I don't want to make a very long video. Ctrl Z to undo that. and I'll just do this. And when you have this already, you can come back into your eye tool here. You would find out that the points are not properly placed. I think I have mistakenly shifted the head, so the points are not properly placed here. You can see this is supposed to be below here, and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind and learn to always adjust your points properly. So I will delete this animation here. Okay, so I would highlight the head again. Maybe I just highlight just the tail. That was where I made the mistake, like this. And I don't bring it, shift it down a little bit, so everything is properly aligned. So you can see it's back to where it's supposed to be, and the head is there. So what I will do now is look into this point, and I notice that there are not more points here, which I need. So I could add 1 or 2 points there at the bottom, and also for the top we need more points, and I just add more points to the top layer as it is. All right, so if we have this per se, if we have it like this, the next thing for us to do is go back to our 2D, let's go back to our triangulate tool and add, I say create. Let me add more points to this one. I think creates or triangulates the points there, right? So the reason you're triangulating the points is to tell the computer that these points are used for meshing. All right, so we'll triangulate to the mesh again, so we have more points there, so we have more points to play with. And really, I'm trying to rush this so that I don't make a very long video, but I hope you get the idea. So when we go back to our blink here, if we come here, we'll delete this that was there initially, and we don't bring this down like this and make it blink. That's all. So you should notice the eyebrows are not moving as at the way they were moving initially, because we are not moving those particular points. All right, so we move this like this, like this. I think for some reason we still need more points, but you get the idea. And we have this and it. So if we pull this, we have this like this. If we pull this, we have this. If we pull this, we have this, which is not supposed to be. So I still need to add a point underneath here to stop it from pulling the eyebrow. But this is the idea. Okay, so now doing it like this, we finally get the eyes to blink. So the eyes is like closed right now. So to get this right, you can see this one here is working perfectly well than the other, so I need to adjust the other eyes properly to get the blink that I want. Okay, so with that being said, and we have this, and don't worry, during the animation you wouldn't feel the warp as much as this. Okay, so let's say this is what we have and this is what we want. You could also take your time to make it much more perfect, but you could see that the guy is blinking already. So when we go back to our main line, double click on the main line and go back to your main folder. When you pick this and go a frame forward, when you go to your blink tool here, you pick your transform bone tool, and when you click it, you see you have your character blinking. So it might not be as perfect, it might be a little warp, but you can fix that from my explanation, and that is the point I'm trying to make. Okay. So I hope you understand the concept and how to make your character work properly, and you can do this, like I said, for a real picture or a cartoon character like this, so you don't waste too much time trying to create your animation. And you can also go ahead for the hands also, you could do the same thing. So now if I want to just move this part of the hand, it's easier for me. I hold Control and select just these points of the hand like this, and I move the hand and guy saying hi like this, and I could do the same thing. And the way you see I created a bone for the eyes, the same way I could create bones for these parts of the hand, and the guy could, wave and do whatever he wants to do or she wants to do. So I hope you understand, and I hope this is helpful to anyone out there trying to manipulate a picture for his character, or trying to manipulate a picture of any sort. So for you to learn more, and if this is engaging to you and interesting to you, please check out the next video in the check out the next video you see and learn more, and check out the description, learn more, and get the course to learn much more better. And sorry for the background noise, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.
If you have watched up until this point, I want to say congratulations, and I hope the video has been educative, entertaining, and enlightening. Do drop a comment below if you have any questions, special requests, or contributions. And as promised, here is your gift. Do check out the link in the description below to get it. Most importantly, subscribe and support the channel, and make sure you watch the next video to learn something new, and I will see you there.